Hey guys, what's up? This is Hex, and before I get started with today's video, I first want to apologize for my kind of inconsistent random uploads as of late, but there is a reason for it, and it's the subject of this video. Now, as you know, my channel has has featured stuff like opinion pieces, game reviews, walkthroughs, how tos, and occasionally I'll talk about games that are under the radar that I feel that maybe you guys might like that need a lot more attention than what it's getting, and the latter is I feel just isn't really gaining a lot of traction. Most of the stuff that does gain traction that I've noticed throughout my time on YouTube is the stuff uh, that's currently being talked about as far as like subject like the PS5 for example, or games that are popular at the moment. Uh, Anything else is just not gaining that much traction, and it's starting to steer my channel towards a path that I really don't want to go into because it's kind of steering it towards the way other gaming YouTubers do it. And I really, honestly, don't want that. I know it sounds kind of weird and counterproductive because I'm sure some of you are like, well, wait a minute, don't you want to be more popular? And it's just like, it's not so much as that. It's just I just don't want to do what the other 10, 20, or 30 other gaming YouTubers are doing. And it's nothing against their channels, nothing against their content because there's a lot of fucking brilliant uh, gaming YouTubers out there. It's just I just don't want to be exactly like them, and I feel that's steering towards that direction, and it's just starting to really where I feel like I'm having to change my content, and I just really don't want to do that. So instead, what I thought I would do is rebrand my channel to where it's focusing on one particular game. And I know I'm taking a big chance on this, and I know I might be losing quite a bit of subscribers because they may not be into the game that I'm going to have my channel, uh, you know, be about. And and I get it. I mean, if my channel is going to be, let's say, about God of War, unless you're a God of War fanatic, why would you stay? Of course of course you're gonna leave, and I understand that. And for those of you who stuck around as long as you have, yeah, I thank you. I thank you quite a bit, but I'm gonna understand if you leave. I really do. I'm not gonna have any hard feelings. uh, if you leave. Because there's plenty. If you're interested, in just gaming topics in general, there's a slew of gaming channels that you can go to. In fact, there's quite a few that I follow myself. Um, but with that said, the game that I'm really wanting to focus uh, on this channel is Elder Scrolls Online, and this is a game that I'm very passionate about, and it's one that I put in quite a bit of time. And I feel that there's like on YouTube that there's really not that many, if it's probably even less than a handful of those that talk about the game, the PC or excuse me, the PS4 version of the game. Because if you go on YouTube and try to type in ESO, most of the results you're going to get are the PC versions of it. And yeah, you could technically, if you're trying to find an answer to a question, you could go on the PC sites and get the gist of it. But I feel it'd be much easier, if you have a PS4, if you could go directly to one that's dedicated to the PS4 version of it. So I'm basically going to make a channel that's centered around the PS4 as well as I imagine that it's going to carry over to the PS5 as well. So once I move to the PS5, I'll just make that transition. But most of but everything I'm going to be talking about is as far as like ESO goes is going to be your, talk about updates, some of the new content coming out, like the chapters and the DLC, and just basically any information that ZeniMax decides, to put out pertaining to console players. And I'm also going to get started again. I had this segment for a while that was like ESO for beginners, which I did back in the day, and it kind of tapered off because I had my hands in so many different pots, just going from game to game. Um, but I want to try to bring that back, and you know because I really want to make the transition for those who are on PS4 and they're wanting to get into ESO, to try to make that transition to the game as easy and smooth as possible. Um, because I want everybody's experience going into that game not to really be frustrating, but to uh, to make it to where they're like, okay, this is not so bad after all. I know what I'm doing, and I can have fun with the game. Because you know if you've never played ESO, or if you've never been in an MMO, it can be very intimidating because those games are big, and there's a lot of stuff that you that you have to kind of keep up with, and and there's stuff that you have to learn. And I feel that I could make it a lot easier for the player by giving them like tips and how tos to make their experience a lot better. Um, but that's basically all I want to talk about. I originally was going to no, I wasn't even going to put out this video. I was just going to go just make the the transition right then and there. But I felt it would be unfair to those of you who have stuck around, so I just wanted to kind of give an update on where this channel was going, and that way if you wanted to leave, I could I would understand if you left. But I'm hoping that there's quite a bit of you that are interested in ESO and want to learn more, and so I'm going to try to share that information with you guys. But that's all I want to talk to you guys for today. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I hope to continue to see some of you guys real soon. So take care.